your bank. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, like that music run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son.
What is up, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium? It is Thursday. It's 7 p.m. And you know what time it is? It's time for Sunday sessions. Yes, that's right. The pregame kickoff to a game night, man. Hell yeah. I'm here with my boy, Scooter Magooter. RT is on vacation. He might be joining us via satellite link. I don't know, something from Arizona. I think he's down there. So he might pop in later, but for right now, you got us too. So right over here, my boy Scooter. What's up, Scoot?
What's up, Swank? Feels like we just did this like a couple days ago.
I
This is
think
awesome.
we did. I think we absolutely did.
And we said this last on the K-Gun Report. A short week is what we needed. We're right back in it. The drinks are nice and cold and fizzy. Let's get a W. Let's talk about it for
Let's
sure.
get a big W.
And an interesting fact is where Ryan is. It's only 4:00 there. He's watching a 4:15 game today.
He's watching an afternoon game, man. What the
Yeah,
hell,
right?
dude? We got Uncle James. What's up, Uncle James? He says, what's up, Mafia? We got Lisa Johns helping us out with our audio. Appreciate you. She said, let's go Buffalo. Hopefully it'll be a good game tonight. We got Rob Mullen. It's Bedlam. It's Pandemonium. It's 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. What is good? Our boy Rob hitting great content up over at 24/7buffandemonium.com. Check out the cover 2 and the all 22 breakdown. All sorts of great goodness over there. We got Paula. What's up, Paula Hannix? How are you? Thanks for joining in. Lisa called us handsome, dude. Lisa called us handsome. Part of why we love doing this show pre-kickoff is not only just to talk to you guys, but also the inactives come out right before we go on and sometimes during, and they are out right now. Before I get to the inactive, Scooter, there was a little bit of movement on the roster before our inactive list came out. Dawson Knox has been placed on short-term IR. That means he will miss at least 4 weeks of football. And with that, to make move to bring up old veteran cornerback Josh Norman, and training camp sweetheart Andy Isabella. He gets a jersey, possibly. He gets a jersey. He got a jersey. He got a jersey tonight. So that should make some people happy.
Oh, yeah.
But we were talking briefly here. Well, let me run over the inactives, and then we'll get on to this tight end discussion. I'll have you give them a little zip of what you were giving me, right? Inactives tonight for Buffalo are DeMar Hamlin, once again, Kaiir Elam. And if nobody was paying attention to what I said earlier, the Buffalo Bills brass have decided that they'd rather play Josh Norman, who's been here for less than a week and is old, against Mike Evans and Godwin. They'd rather play Josh Norman than Kaiir Elam. Just a heads up into that, that is telling, my friends. Balin Spector, which we knew about, Jermaine Effetti, who is a normal name on this list, Alec Anderson, another normal name on this list, and Quentin Morris, who we also knew was not going to be playing tonight. But as my boy Scott was saying, with the IR placement of Knox, Quentin Morris being on the inactive list, that means what, Scott?
Right now on our roster, we only have one active, legit tight end, which is, Jared will argue that Reggie Gilliam is a fullback, H-back, tight end / guy. He can play the role. He has in the past. But this 12 personnel, I think, was gone. I don't think we'll see it this week, which might be a good thing. for our Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen in this offense.
I want to see a big old smile on his face, and I want to see him bombing that ball down the field, boy.
Mhm.
So bad. I mean, how many years have we talked about, and it's all of us, right? We're all want to be GMs, armchair GMs, whatever you want to call it. How many years they talked about the fact that you don't really need to have a good defense, because if you have a good offense putting up points, that should be all you need, right? And the Bills could be this high-powered offense, and it just got choked out and stifled, and it stalled and not fresh. Not, I don't know. It's stale, man. It's stale.
Well, right now, Swank, this defense is saying to Josh Allen in this offense, do something. You see that
Yeah.
little meme on Facebook all the time of that little stick figure poking. It's
Yeah.
legit. This defense, the struggles we've seen this defense go through is because they're tired. They're seeing a lot of playing time. So they're getting frustrated.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Oh, your boy Jerry's in the comments. We got Lonnie Cook. Adam, my dude, I sent your record out today. Thanks again so much. That should be getting to you here in the next couple days. Rob Mullen puts up a conversation point that we brought up before we went live too. Elam is inactive for a reason. Elam is trade material. No need to risk another poor performance. This is exactly Scott. Scott brought up this point, right, too? And
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, there's a couple things that can go into it. It depends on how you want to read into it. Yeah, don't play him. Don't risk injury. Don't risk poor performance. I think his value is where it's at, whether he played this week or not. Obviously, playing against Evans and the likings of Godwin as wide receiver, those guys would potentially embarrass the hell out of you. They have this year, and this year alone, they have the cornerback. So I don't know what they're doing. But to bring Josh Norman up, I mean, isn't that just as embarrassing as having him? I mean, you stiff arm like crazy with Henry 2 years ago. Another performance on primetime. I don't know where the trade-off is. I'd rather see Kyer Elam in there, not in the case of him benching him just for that reason. I don't see why they would have done that, other than the fact that they don't trust Kyer Elam, and they already know what they're going to get out of him.
Yeah. Yep. And I see all that. My point on it was too that, like, I don't think, he's put enough on film to, like, maybe you throw him in and he gets a pick or something. Maybe you get lucky, maybe at least he's youthful and he can, like, hang. Maybe, I don't know. He's got to be faster than Josh Norman. My only other thing about this is that, like, maybe they're just not going to play Josh Norman at all. Maybe they're going to stick, with the guys they got out there, and Dane Jackson and Benford and
Yep.
and
Cam
then
Lewis.
Cam Lewis. Yeah. And maybe you're going that way with it. And you're like, you know what? It's more important to us to play the scheme that we have and know the guys that are in there are going to do their job than to put this guy in here that's let us down over and over again. So.
Right, and then there's the fact of a dime defense. So you bring in that fourth cornerback, more times than not, they do play a zone out of that. And we already know that Norman thrives in the zone defense. He did it everywhere he's gone. And Kyer Elam still seems to be struggling in the zone defense. The only saving grace we have with Kyer Elam for trade bait and potential higher draft pick is the fact that he is a man guy. So I can see a defensive scheme that majority of the time runs a man defense that'll pick him up and maybe get a little more than what we think his value is.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rob Mullen says the same thing. I don't see Norman playing man. He knows this zone, to which Elam has arguably struggled with since he was drafted. Absolutely, 100%. We got Doug in the comments. What's up, Doug? We got the beautiful Alan Lartz. Yo, everybody, just over the pregame show. Vita Vey not playing for Bucks tonight. Go Bills. Yes, my friend Scooter Magooter brought that up. I have the inactive report for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It is guard Matt Feeler, safety Kayvon Merriweather, defensive lineman Patrick O'Connor, running back Sean Tucker, defensive lineman Vita Vey. That's the biggest name on this list, right?
I knew of Vita Vey. That's a huge miss. So they run that 3-4 defense, and Vita Vey anchors that nose guard position. Big body, good against the run, tackles for loss, and creates a lot of pressure up the middle. So that's a huge loss. But I didn't know about the Sean Tucker. He's a Syracuse product, good running back, power running back. So that's interesting to see. And then that Matt Filer guy, he was a starting left guard. So we alluded to this on the Kagan report, Swank. Hopefully our defensive line can eat this week and put Mayfield on his back.
Yes. If you've watched the show for any length of time, you know how I feel about Baker Mayfield. So, Yes, let's eat. The other two names on this list, outside linebacker Marquise Watts and tight end David Wells. So a lot of depth, but Vita Vea, big name on that list, and could have some weight with this outcome of this game.
Oh,
Adam
sure.
says, you guys hear this rumor of Bills being in on Henry? I think we have more glaring trouble areas than running back. Go ahead, Scooter.
I agree 100%. I think the running back conversation is something that will never leave the Buffalo Bills until we get our first 1,200-yard running back, which James Cook potentially could reach that mark if Ken Dorsey calls his number.
Yeah.
It's same thing with Devin Singletary we talked about years before. It's not the fact that we have running backs that can produce the numbers. We just don't utilize them like they should. So Derrick Henry would come here and still only get 8 to 10 carries. And we all know Derrick Henry needs 15 plus to get the numbers that he gets. So they're not going to trade for Derrick Henry. He's cost too much. We don't have the cap space and defensive tackle and cornerback, as you are aware, with Norman being on the starting roster, is the glaring issue, not running back.
Absolutely, 100%. I don't even see any need for wide receiver too. I don't want that. I don't. I think there's bigger holes on the defensive side of this ball that like we could get help before Halloween, and I don't know. I think that's until we see tonight, hopefully, that Dorsey's got all of his little tests and experiments out of his system, and he just goes back to getting good and winning games. I don't think we need to give him any more weapons. Like he needs to play with the toys he's got, man. He's got good ones right now. So I'd rather see it go the defensive side of the ball.
You're right, Swank. He's got toys.
Yeah.
He's got Sherfield, who hasn't been utilized at all. I don't know if they know how to use him in this system, but he was a very good number 3 wide receiver in Miami behind Waddle and Hill. Very good. I mean, I think he had 60 or 40, high 40 catches and had a lot of yak. And Hardy is a joystick. We saw the moves he put on that screen for a touchdown.
Yeah.
We're just not utilizing this guy. So I agree with you. We don't need a wide receiver number 2. Gabe Davis does a good enough job, but we're not even using the 3, 4, and 5 guys correctly. So again, another roster spot that we would bring in that we wouldn't utilize would be a waste of cap.
That's it. Alan Lartz asks, where did you get the 17 jersey you have on right now? That is one of Scooter's favorite pieces, I believe, that he's got. It's the hockey jersey, right?
Oh yeah, it's a hockey jersey. You see a lot of these ads online, Facebook. There was a guy that we helped promote a little while ago on our page for these shirts, and I don't know if he is around anymore. He changes his name up quite a bit, but he helped us out with a couple of these. Like, that's what I got him through. I'd say his name, but it changed like 5,000 times.
Yo, over on Facebook, we have High School Live putting in a bunch of comments. I wouldn't click that link if I were you guys. He's trying to tag people. If we can get over there and block him, that would be good. Hey, Jerry, if you're watching, man, go block this clown, man. Let's see here. Chris Christian, is there a CB2 we could afford that's better than what we have?
I just did it.
Did it? Nice.
All right, there you go.
What do you think, buddy?
What was the question?
Is there a CB2 we could afford that's better than what we have? That's from Chris Christian.
I think it's somewhere. I honestly see if the Buffalo Bills go after CB number 2, it's going to be someone that's still on a rookie contract. There are a lot of rookies pulled the year that Kai Yearham was playing. Someone like an Andrew Booth out of Minnesota. A lot of people like Patrick Surtain out of Denver. Those guys fit our system. Those guys are a couple of guys I'm not going to brag that I was pushing for in the draft the year we got Kyer Elam that unfortunately didn't land with us. So potentially there are young guys that could fill this spot and be very effective. And hopefully they would be on a rookie contract and we could save money for the next 3 to 4 years. I think that would be the smart move by Bean.
Absolutely. Rob Mullen says Jones is not coming back anytime soon. We've seen little to nothing out of Poona Ford, so our defensive interior is vastly in need of improvement and should be priority if we are in fact considering bringing in anyone. They did make a little bit of
Tell
room.
me a trade with Minnesota. I said Andrew Booth, but Minnesota bringing in Harry back. What do you think about that, Swank?
I don't know. I mean, great. It'd be, I think everybody would be all about it. It just doesn't, I don't know. You know what you're going to get if you get Harry back here? You're going to get what he did. And he got traded, or not even traded. He got they just didn't re-sign him. So,
right.
I mean, you know what you're getting. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just say that he's like an average player. A great guy. I love him. I would not be bummed out if he came back, but I don't know. I think if we're really making this push and the offense is getting right tonight, which I swear to God, we're going to get into this game here pretty soon here, kids. But if we're really getting right and this offense wakes the hell up tonight, Dorsey does what he needs to do. Do you really want that piece to come in to help? I want something a little bit more substantial, I think, than Harry. Another DT, sure, but I think it's got to be just one notch up from Harry.
I think you got to match what Daquan Jones was providing for sure.
Yeah, and that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard because he was playing out of his mind.
Yeah. And you know what else helps this defense out, Swank? Defensive line, linebackers, corners, and safeties. An offense that can sustain the drive and put points on the board.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Kiddos, welcome to Sunday Sessions. You guys got killer viewership. Thanks for hanging out with us before kickoff here. It's 7:15. We'll be on until around 7:30, maybe a little later. Don't forget, Sunday Sessions is a part of the Buff Fan Base Network. And with that, we are partnered with 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com, see what Del Reed and the gang has going on. Buy everything that you can. Every shirt is connected to a charity local to Western New York, a family in need, a kid in need. And it's great. Just go check it out, see something you like, and do it up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming to town. We got Baker, mediocre Mayfield hitting the field. I don't have it for this guy. I know there's polarizing opinions. I've always, since Cleveland, I don't know. His highs are too high, his lows are too low, and usually they're low. And I just don't have the respect, I don't think, that some people may have for him or had for him. I think this is a very, very winnable game. And I think what we need to do is just punch Baker Mayfield in the mouth. Scott, what do you think this defense has to do to slow this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense down?
Exactly that. You said it earlier with the actives and inactives. Matt Filer is inactive, a left guard. And with the injuries we've had at defensive tackle, I think Poona Ford and Tim Settle, those guys, Jordan Phillips, can make a difference in this game to make Ed Oliver pretty destructive. It is up front. I've been preaching that many weeks to say that it's in the trenches. I think that's the best way to get to and in the head of Baker. He's going to make the mistakes if you get in his head. He's going to make the mistakes if you force him to make the plays. He does have two stellar wide receivers out there in Godwin and Evans. Evans doesn't seem to ever age. He's always one of the later draft picks in the fantasy football for wide receivers, and yet he puts in top 5 numbers. It's crazy. But create pressure. I think we've discussed in the K-Gun report that Bills fans are not only going to be loud tonight, but they're pissed off.
Yeah.
Like, we are legit pissed off at the last couple of weeks of play. So, and we know and we feel in our hearts that we make a difference in this game. So we're going to do our part. So this defense, I think we're going to, if the offense is the offense that we think is going to happen, Swank, and we'll get there, I think this defense will thrive.
I think it's all about juice. You know, I think you get a couple good plays right off the get. You get that stadium on your side, you know, which, of course, let's be serious. They're always on their side. But if you want the Mafia to do their thing, you come out there right off the get. And I don't care. If they have the ball first and we defer, however it works out, if Tampa Bay has the ball first, you just need to hit them. You need to hit Baker. You need to plug the run lanes, stop them, 3 and out, turnover, sacks, anything to get this crowd believing again. Because you do that, and then Josh Allen comes out and they score on that first drive, that's going to seal this whole game. That'll be the tone setter of this whole game. And you got people on the sidelines juiced. Like, keep that momentum, that energy going. Do what you do. Start having fun. And, you know, we're 5-3. We're marching on. There's a new era for the second half of this season.
I tell you what, Swank, in a short week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what's hard to do in a short week is defend against blitzes, packages, and all that stuff. Todd Bowles, Casey Rogers, Larry Foote, the defensive guys over there, Todd Bowles, the head coach, obviously, they're not afraid to bring any kind of blitz. They aren't. and they're going to bring that pressure. And I hate to say that McDermott, as a defensive coordinator, has to match what their defense is doing because he plays his own game. We've seen that time and time again. But I think it's something you have to do. Not necessarily bring a blitz every time, but you need to create the pressure because that's also what creates the hype, creates the intensity of the emotions that go on at Highmark Stadium. I think that has to be matched. If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are bringing the pressure and getting to the quarterback, we're going to be even more pissed if we see this zone defense letting give, and us not being aggressive. So I'm not saying McDermott, you call the same kind of defense as Bowles does, but you need to create opportunities for turnovers and sacks.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he is an aggressive play caller on the defense. He does send pressure. He's not afraid to take these chances. I want to see Floyd in the mix tonight, man. We were talking about it on Tuesday. I love that guy. And as far as your bold prediction goes and all that, yes, let that man eat. Get him back there. I'd love to see Vaughn get a couple. I want my boy Groot to get back there and be disruptive. With all these playmakers on the line, you know, you got to think one of these guys is going to be able to break free. And as soon as that guy breaks free, then they double team over here and the other guy breaks free on the other side. And then you get fresh legs in there with Epinesa. Like there's so much talent on that position group that like something has to happen. And I think, you know, McDermott, he should take some chances, man. You got a depleted defense. You got to start being aggressive. You got to start blitzing. You got to start doing these things to knock them off their game, because right now the game plan is we can run it on them, and on 3rd and long, we can bomb it, and your corners can't hang with any wide receiver that's out 15 to 20 yards, and we'll pick it up every time. The Jaguars did it. You know, the Giants were doing it to a certain extent, and the Patriots did it. You know, so it's I think it's put up or shut up. It's kind of like, let's go. We run it, you know, get in his face, knock him on his ass.
And our linebackers and Dorian Williams and Terrell Bernard and Tyrell Dodson, if they're out there, when they do bring the blitz packages, Mayfield likes to use the running back. He does. I have Rashad White on my fantasy team. I keep him in every week just because of the attention he gets in the passing game. So they have to mind their P's and Q's. We're bringing the blitz, but you got to keep in mind that Baker Mayfield is a smart enough quarterback to dump it off to his running back, as he's shown in the past. He likes to do it. Mm-hmm. So it's all about gap responsibility, play responsibility, and keeping your assignment. And if you're going to bring the pressure, you better get them damn hands up. Baker Mayfield's not that tall. Yeah. Our defensive line is. Get your hands up if you're not getting in there. Absolutely.
Tip drill all night.
Yep.
Let's see. Ellen says Vaughn and Groot need to make a wish. I like it. I think that's wishbone formation. She wants him to snap Baker, I think is what's going on. Mm-hmm. 722 kiddos, thank you so much for hanging with us. Let's go back through these this bold prediction, X Factor, and our score predictions. And you guys, please hit us up in the comments with your thoughts. Let's go to the bold prediction there. Scooter, are you sticking with your one from Tuesday, or are you moving on?
No, I'm going to stick with Tuesday. I think Leonard Floyd has what it takes. I think it was a tough week last week, but he's going to get 2 sacks, and he's going to go up a half a sack on the amount of games he played. I think he is a very high potential for someone that could push that 18 to 20 sacks this year, and that'll be crazy. Free agency pickup of the year. A lot of people thought he was just there to hang on for Von Miller until he got back. McDermott told us right off the bat that he had different work for him. He wasn't there just for that, and we're seeing it.
Yeah.
So my bold is 2 sacks for Floyd. Sticking with it.
I like it. My bold was 2 sacks from Groot himself. I'd like to see him get in the action. I don't know. I think this defensive line can eat. I've already said it like 4 times tonight, but this defensive line can do something. These ends need to do something. I know that interior defensive line is a little light on depth, but these guys need to start stepping up, man. I don't care. It's next man up. I was excited when we brought Settle in. Mm-hmm. You know, Eddie O, he's not on this list. You know, he's playing tonight, so we should be happy about that. We haven't even talked about that yet, right?
Damn, forgot about that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're right.
Ed Oliver in there. So now you got one of your veterans back in there, you know, Settle can hang. Jordan Phillips has been playing healthy and okay this year. Maybe with Ed in there, that'll make him better,
Yep,
So
yep.
I want to see these ends. I want to see these ends start to eat. This defensive line in general get back to form where they were earlier in the season. So group for 2 is my bold. Let's see. Chris Christian says Kincaid 2 TDs. I love it, dude. Rob
He's the
Mullen.
only tight end out there. He's the
Yeah.
only tight end out there, and I'll go FanDuel on everybody right now. Right now I would go the over his receiving yards. I would go 2 touchdowns, and they have a 50% profit boost. So double up your money on that one, guys.
There you go. I'll tell you what, I ran to the bold predictions here. I guess we can cap that off, but we haven't talked about our offense. How the hell have we not talked about this offense, Scott? I was getting ahead of myself, man. I'm too excited to get to my pregame. My pregame
I know, right?
rituals, dude.
My wife's got garbage plates all prepared, so I'm
nice. So we've been talking all week, for the last 3 weeks about Ken Dorsey. We've been talking about 11 personnel, 12 personnel. We've been talking about tight end usage, wide receiver 2 through 5 usage, running backs. Is Latavius Murray going to be on the field for the first offensive snap?
Come on now.
That's my X factor. James Cook right there. Scooter, what does this offense have to do to get back on track and beat the hell out of the Tampa Bay Bucs tonight?
Well, there's 2 people that Bills fans are going to watch is Josh Allen with this offense and Ken Dorsey. I kind of said a little bit about it on the Kagan report, but this is a game. It's a forced hand because of our tight end situation for sure. 11 personnel, we're going to see a lot. And it may be a forced hand that saves this season. Jared, you can clip this out later on if you want and push it during the week, but it's a forced hand, 11 personnel. Hopefully we realize that this is the offense that we need to utilize until that 12 personnel gets worked out, because there's a lot of kinks. Obviously, we're 4-3 and the offense hasn't produced. So I think this is a great opportunity for Josh Allen, Ken Dorsey, James Cook, Kincaid, all those guys to showcase what we can do in 11 personnel, and that it hasn't completely been written off. So offense, put points on the board. Throw the ball deep more than just once or twice. Stretch the outside of the field. We haven't seen a deep ball on the sidelines. Most of our deep balls are in the middle of the field. So I just want to see the stretched out and just a good game plan. But I think this is a week where we find out 11 personnel is the offense that we will run for the rest of the season for this playoff push.
I love it. I hope you're right, man. I think you've been talking all week about this forced hand, and it makes a lot of sense. I bet you if they go out there and they're productive in the first and second quarter in 11 personnel and they win this game, you're going to hear Sean McDermott say something about it in his presser. We made a big deal out of the fact that he actually had no explanation for why the team was slow to start these last couple weeks, and he made that evident in this press conference. And he's a guy that plays things close to the chest. Like, he's not going to sit there and be like, I don't know. He's going to tell you either the rehearsed answer that he's got in the professional manner that he does, or he's going to, massage it in there. But never have I ever heard him say, I don't know why. Never. Mm-hmm. He's too prepared. He's too analytical. So for me, that tells me that Dorsey is on his last leg as far as confidence goes. Contract, we'll see. But if they come out in 11 and they start throwing the ball around and Josh starts moving the pocket a little bit, having more fun, making the completions he has made for the last 5 seasons, running that offense that way, and they're successful, absolutely, man. I see it turning around 100%. I want to see James Cook out there still. I still want to see a balanced attack. I just want Josh to play his game the way he plays it. But they need to have more faith in James Cook as the RB1. They need to give it to him when he has the ball in space, when they create little situations for him to hit holes and run. Holy shit, the dude's unstoppable. So I'd like to see a little bit more faith in him. And I think if you do that and you start hitting them with the run and you start hitting them over the top and you play a nice balanced game, you're going to stack points on these sons of bitches. So I'm very, very, very excited about James Cook for tonight.
Swank, we've seen it. He is successful. So I don't know what anybody else is seeing as far as the front office goes, when James Cook gets the proper blocking from our line, and they're doing a great job this year, he's explosive. So I agree with you. I mean, give the guy the love that he deserves. I saw Rob Mull's comment in there. I wouldn't doubt at all if you saw a screen pass today to the running back and a jet sweep. Like I said, a forced hand of the 11 personnel. We're going to start seeing a little bit of that offense.
Well, should I run this twice for both of you or just once?
Yeah, I said it. What you need to do is get back.
Yeah, he did say it. And you can hear everything. You can read everything that he does say over at 247buff Fandemonium.com. That's our content creator extraordinaire, Mr. Rob Mullen, bringing the heat.
Rob.
Johns need to spread the love on offense, including a running Josh Allen. Great point, Johns. We need at least a kiss of this, man. There needs to be the threat. That is what holds those linebackers in purgatory, man. If you get a couple nice runs from him, and again, I don't want the designed run. I want the extend the play. There's nothing downfield. Pick up 7 to 12-yard Josh Allen runs where they don't know what the hell to do with them. If he rolls that pocket right, that dude is an assassin. You know, they don't know what to do. All the wide receivers, especially Diggs, especially Gabe, Knox was pretty good at this too, but like they know to extend the play. They know it's a scramble thing. They got to get somewhere to get open so that Josh can throw him the ball. And those guys thrive in this situation. So even if there isn't somebody downfield, the pump fakes and the 5 to 12, 20 yards sometimes runs that he breaks off just because you don't know what else to do with them. Like those are really important for holding those linebackers and keeping a defense on its heels.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's see. John Robert. Maybe they will use Andy Isabella. Maybe. We'll see, man. I think you'll see him on special teams. I would love it. Listen, we always talk about the training camp guys and the dudes that the Mafia is like this like very special fan base where we know everybody that's even 5 degrees separated from the team. Like we know everybody, dude. And he's one of those guys. Give him a shot, man. I don't give a shit. Throw a reverse to him. Let's see what he can do. He's a fast little guy, right? Let's go. Anything.
He maybe just uses a decoy. That's all right.
Yeah. Hey, Kinsley is the high school, the same person apparently doing the. You see that there, Scooter, in the Facebook?
No.
Kinsley's trying to get everybody to click a link too. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that.
Nope, didn't see that. Let's
see. Chris Christian, let's not let these clowns hang around and have one game where we aren't sweating till the end. That would be just great, dude. I'm so sick of heart attack games. Oh my God. Let's see. Adam says another threat is going to help, and it's been lacking. Yes, sir. Need to run so running wide receivers can get separation. Yes, John Robert. Yes. Jeremy Blair, go Bills. I think the season starts tonight. Turnaround City. Hell yeah, sir.
Oh, man, I said that in the Keiko report. Swank, do you agree? Do you think the Bills have established an identity by week 7, or do you think they're still trying to – we've said that they're trying to figure out the 12 personnel and how to figure that out and making it effective, but have they legit established an identity? And you can include those 3 games where we dominated, getting 30-plus points.
No.
Was that oh, good?
No, I don't think the offense has. I think the defense did, and now it's depleted by injury. I think the defense had its shit together.
Oh, for sure.
And it was going to be scary, like how good they are. And, that injury bug, man. I mean, 2 all-pros and then a defensive tackle that literally was thriving in this system. It's sad, man. And then beyond that, you're getting the backups nicked up and banged around, and you got young guys in there. I think Dorian Williams deserves a little more credit for what he's doing. I think if he gets a couple more games under his belt, you might see him step up and be like a Bernard type. Maybe I don't want to say that. Like I don't want to be a homer about it, but he's a good tackler, man. Like I see some good things coming from his side of the ball. I hope that it stays on a positive trajectory, and maybe some of this rookie stuff gets cleaned up, and who knows, man? Who knows? Let's see. Ellen says we need a serious blowout. Yes, we do. Paul Rossi, what's up, brother? How are you? O-line needs to hold up against this heavy blitz team. Josh needs to be mobile for this offense to move tonight. Hell yes. Absolutely. It's a perfect storm.
I think there's 72,000 people that agree with this, the ones standing in the stadium. For sure.
Yeah. All right, X Factor. What do you got there, buddy?
I can't remember what I did in the Kagan report, but now that I know Vita Vey, we can adjust, right? Because now we have actives.
Calling audible, bro. Yeah.
Audible. This defensive line is depleted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, they run a 3-4 defense, so they rely heavily on that nose tackle and Vita Vey. He's out. I think play action, James Cook, screens where you let those guys pin their ears back and come in, play calls against this defensive line because they do bring the blitz quite heavily. They're not afraid to bring it from everywhere. So you need to slow that down. The X factor is Ken Dorsey's play call against this aggressive defense.
I like it. I mean, I think that's a pretty safe one.
Yep.
You know, like Dorse needs to. That's kind of like the umbrella. Like everything falls underneath that. Dorse needs to call a good game, man. We need Miami Dorse. We don't need Jacksonville Dorse or New England Dorse. So let's go. I'm gonna stick with my man. I think James Cook. Let's get him out there and run him good, man. You know, we don't need to do these draw play runs anymore, like the shotgun draws. I'm over that. Let him get ahead of steam. Let him bounce the outside. Let's get a screen. Let's get a little crosser. Let's do something to set James Cook up, because when he gets the ball in space, he's a dangerous man, an absolute dangerous man. So I want to see him go. I said 100 yards rushing. I want to go 150 all-purpose. How about that? Let's do that. John Roberts says, move Rousseau inside some. Could do that, man. Absolutely could do that. I like it. Josh Allen.
That'll be that NASCAR package, right, Swank?
Yeah, the NASCAR package. That's right, damn it. Josh Allen, 2 rushing TDs, 100 yards, X Factor from Adam B. Good get. Paul Rossi, crazy thought. Elam replacing Johnson in goal line to man cover the T. Well, I'll stop you right there, dude. Elam's inactive, so we'll
yeah, Paul, they brought up Josh Norman.
Yeah, Josh Norman's there, and I don't want Josh Norman there in replace of Johnson. Lisa says, at least it's a beautiful night for football. Hell yeah, it is. Ellen, would love to see a blowout. Bills need to get the ball, step on the gas, and keep on going. Paul Rossi, maybe less Cook tonight to improve our blitz pickup. I can see that, man. Good call, Paul Rossi. Gilliam and Murray in the backfield to protect Josh. As long as Murray's not out there on the first damn play from scrimmage, man, that's all I want. I do not want that.
We're watching it too.
I know. I watch it. It's every week. I'm like, why is he? I mean, I love.
I'll have my phone ready, Swank going.
Yeah. There he is. Yep. Yeah. Cook start records all screwed up, dude.
Yep. Yeah, 65 and overcast. It seems like a pretty good night.
Absolutely beautiful, guys. It's 7:38. We got to get these score predictions and get on. So throw your score prediction in the comment if you haven't already. And if you have, do it again. And don't forget, we're part of the Buff Fan Base Network. We're here before every game for Sunday sessions. About an hour and a half before kickoff, we'll give you your inactives and everything. Usually joined by RT, Ryan Thomas, of the Thomas Takes Sports podcast. He's in Arizona. I think he's at some, I don't know, country bar somewhere doing, I think he's riding a bull, sipping like pineapple upside down cakes or some shit like that.
He's doing belly button shots and all that stuff.
Body shots. But he's usually here with us, and he's a great time. Make sure that you check out his podcast and live stream wherever you get them.
Yeah.
We got Rob Mullen coming in 31-17. Scooter, what's your score prediction, buddy?
What I'd like to see versus what I think is going to see, because they've humbled me the last couple weeks. We've already said I think we're going to see 11 personnel, explosive offense. It potentially could be a lot of points, but I'm going to be humbled and say 24-17. Buffalo Bills win, only because it's hard. These last couple weeks have been so difficult to watch. 24 points, I think, is good for Buffalo. And just this defense, I hope they're not too tired. Hold them to 17. We win.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Paul Rossi, 24-20. Chris Christian, 34-17. Your Buffalo Bills, baby. John Johns, 27-17, just like Scooter Magooter. Lonnie Cook, Bills win 32-7. Listen, she wins everything. She might be right.
Mm-hmm.
John Roberts said, as long as Bills win, I love it. For me, my score was 28-10, I believe. I'm sticking with that, man. I think I'm going to give the Bucks like a second quarter TD, maybe whatever, however fluky way they decide to call like 7 or 8 plays together. Maybe Evans gets out of the jam and they like score a touchdown. Other than that, a field goal and that's it. Be on Baker Mayfield's ass all night and let Josh do Josh things, and this game is in the bag.
Like, I'm laughing because I predicted a shutout last week and Patriots went right down on that first drive and scored a touchdown. I was like, oh my God.
But I'll say the way that this defense is, and it was this way with Leslie too, the scripted plays, most teams last season, they would come down and march down first possession, they'd score on us. And then after that, it's quiet, man.
True.
So see what's up. Alan says Bills 35-17. Yeah, hell yeah. What do you think, Scoot? We about out?
Ready.
Okay, I'm ready too. Guys, thank you so much for hitting the comments, being great with viewership, spreading the word. Don't forget, you can catch us right here before every kickoff for every regular season and playoff game. About an hour and a half before for the Sunday sessions, brought to you by 24/7 Buff Fandemonium and the Buff Fan Base Network. Don't forget about the K-Gun Report every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch that on all the same networks, YouTube, Facebook, all that crap too. Scooter, what's your final thought, buddy?
Final thought is we do have a game day thread that goes on the 24/7 Buff Fandemonium group, guys. It's a place where you can come complain or jump in on the celebration for touchdown passes, touchdown runs, all that good stuff. It's just a way that us Bills fans, we appreciate the Bills Mafia so much. You guys, your support and these comments. It's just another place you can go to and drop some lines, drop some wishes. I wish they would throw a screen every once in a while. And it's a nice area to just get on the computer and type away. Look for the game thread on 24/7 Buff Fandemonium group. If you haven't joined, join up. But that's where it's happening right now.
That's where it's at. That is where it's at. Guys, we're halfway through the season. All is not lost. Let's turn this shit around tonight and get the W. We love you guys. Go Bills.
Yeah, we'll have our record figured out before everybody else on Sunday. So it's a nice Sunday to go into. Let's hope it's a W. 5-3 is a lot better than 4-4. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Let that fuse